Okay, today I'm going to dig into what I'm doing and what I've added to my little mini biohacking productivity routine. And I'm going to share something new that I've been experimenting with that I have loved and have seen really, really great results from. So, about a year and a half ago, I shared about the focus gummies that I have been taking. And no, they're not drugs, they're just gummies. And the feedback from this episode was hilarious and amazing. At least once a week, I get asked if I am still taking them, and I can literally grab them off my desk and show y'all the open package where, I literally take them twice a day, every single day. And some of you have started taking them and have had the same amazing focus impact that I had. And for those of you that don't struggle with focus, you're not going to feel anything. Okay, these are not for you. And I got a lot of feedback from people saying, hey, I don't struggle with focus, or I took the gummies, but they didn't give me energy. They are not for energy, but I've got something for you that I've been doing for the energy side of that. My friend Katie sells these gummies, so please use this link because she is an awesome human and totally deserves it. And I do not get compensated, but I do get points that allow me to buy more free gummies. So I'd appreciate it too. Okay, so these focus gummies, yes, I am still taking them and they are still a game changer. And I started taking them because I just couldn't focus. My brain ran out of focus juice literally like middle of the day. So the biggest benefits I've noticed are mental clarity, focus, and sustained like mental energy without any jitters. So those of you that have tried them and loved them, yes. But the question that I get all the time from people is, are you still taking them? And the answer is heck yes. And so many of you are too, which is great. So if you're on the fence, here's why you might want to try them. They're $45 a month. And I know that sounds like a lot, but even for me, if I get one extra hour a month of massive productivity, it's totally worth it. But realistically, I'm getting about 1 to 2 hours more per day that are highly focused. And if I value my time at $500 an hour, that's literally tens of thousands of dollars a month of additional productivity. And I'm talking outside of the office too for home stuff. I did an entire episode on how I experimented with these, and again, not drugs, but I did explain how I use them in my day, when I take them, the quantity, so that you can check that out. The episode is number 170, and I will link that in the show notes for you and below in the description if you're watching this over on YouTube. So many of you have tried them and said, but it doesn't solve the energy problem. And I've heard you, yes, they are not supposed to give you energy. They are only for focus. But as a single mom, I was feeling the same way. I also need more energy. And all of the research that's come out recently about how bad caffeine is for your brain long term, shout out to Dr. Aman, but caffeine constricts blood vessels inside of your brain, which can cause all kinds of long-term problems. So dementia, Alzheimer's, and other just nasty, bad stuff. So what's a girl to do? I love a nice hot cup of coffee. And I'll be honest, I'm mostly here for the coffee to be a vessel for creamer, but I really, really do love holding in my hands a good hot cup of coffee. So I still want to get my warm drink fix. I still need energy, but I don't want quite so much caffeine. And so, what am I going to do? So I decided to dip my toes into the waters of mushroom coffee. And before you just turn this off, because that sounds nasty as heck, yeah, I know, hear me out. I did a post on LinkedIn maybe about a year ago and over in the Efficient Advisor community on Facebook. And because I trust you guys, and I know you're always going to steer me in the right direction, I started asking you about your take on mushroom coffee and what you've tried, the good ones, the bad ones. My biggest concern was that it was going to taste like crap. I love mushrooms, but I prefer them on a pizza or in a salad or mixed into my pasta. I was not so sure how I'd feel about drinking them. So I tried, on your behalf, a zillion different brands, and some were absolutely atrocious. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how badly they made me want to gag. And I found a few that were palatable, but I did find one that I absolutely love. The brand is called Everyday Dose. So I will link that in the show notes for you as well. So I am currently spending about $140 a month on these two things, but I'm doing a double dose of gummies. So yeah, I'm at over $1,500 a year. However, my thought process is like, like I mentioned, if I can get more productivity, then man, I am making that money back tenfold. But it's also an investment in my future self, right? So if I can justify spending money every month on getting my nails done, which is literally like a point in time happiness factor, I can justify this. And honestly, I don't need to justify anything because I'm a grown woman and I can spend money on whatever the heck I want. But I also want to be a really good steward of the resources that God continues to bless me with. So I'm going to justify it. But between the coffee and the double dose of gummies, I'm at about $140 a month. So now I'm all in on the mushroom coffee, and I have been slowly backing myself. This is really hard to believe, but I have been backing myself out of real coffee entirely. So as of right now, I drink 1 regular cup of coffee in the morning, and then anywhere from 1 to 2 cups of the mushroom coffee later in the day when I feel like I need a little extra energy or a little energy boost. And sometimes I drink it just because I want to hold something hot in my hands and drink. I know you get that. And I did try these without creamer, and it's still very tasty. So if you're a black coffee person, it doesn't taste terrible. You don't need to overdose it in creamer to make it taste good. And really, Everyday Dose was the only one that I found that doesn't taste like earth or doesn't taste like just mud. So that's one thing I'm continuing, and one new thing that I've started and that I've found works really, really well for me. So I've been doing the combination of I've been doing the gummies for 18 months and the combo of the gummies and the coffee for about 6 months now. Okay, so what is mushroom coffee? It's a blend of coffee and functional mushrooms like lion's mane and chaga, which are also in the gummies, so it must be really, really good for you. So I will link it in the show notes so you can get the exact one that I'm getting. And I get credit, I get points or whatever for more mushroom coffee. So I'm not getting paid, but I want to be super transparent that I do get some kickbacks so that I can buy more of this stuff. So obviously I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't like it, because obviously I want points so that I can use more of it. Okay. And then the third thing that I'm doing is a full body red light and near infrared light. I know. So I've been experimenting with this since about January, and I love it. It sounds really woo-woo, but what is it? It's infrared light and red light. So NIR and red light to support energy, recovery, and focus. So it also has major benefits for sleep and reduced inflammation. I had some scarring from an abdominal surgery that it's helping to heal. You guys, it feels so woo-woo to even say this out loud, but I've seen major results. Not only does it help me focus and give me more energy, I've also seen, this is weird, but reduced cellulite. So it's a weird byproduct. I'll link the one that I'm using. I did an insane amount of research before I bought one. So you can follow this link and check it out. They have so much info on the website, and it's professional medical grade. So it's not cheap. I spent about $1,600 on it. I waited till it was on sale and it has free shipping, but getting better sleep alone was worth the price tag. So for me, again, justifying my purchase, sleep is so critical to your body. It's good for weight loss, it's good for brain health, it's good for digestion, it's good for literally every single function that your body has. So I'm in my 40s and sleep is becoming a little bit more challenging, but also it's becoming more critical to me all the time. So I wanted to share that between the gummies, the mushroom coffee, and red light, I literally feel like I could kick the door off its hinges every single day. I've gotten more done this calendar year, and I've had more energy and focus than ever before. Again, it could be a placebo effect, but if I can feel like this every day, totally worth it to me. I don't even care if it's all in my head, but I don't think that it is because the research is there. So you guys have been asking, and I love that you're into this biohacking stuff, right? I'm now a believer. So I hope this was helpful. And again, I'd appreciate if you're interested if you use the links provided, because y'all, I obviously want more gummies, more coffee, and I'd love to add another light panel to my red light setup. And as of right now, I'm just using one red light panel and what they call a boot. It sits on my floor. It's awesome. It takes me about 10 minutes a day to use. Sometimes I do 20 if I'm feeling a little extra. And it's awesome, and I absolutely love it. So happy productivity hacking. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for sticking with me through sort of a atypical podcast for me, but I am here for all things productivity. And if I can find something that gives you a little more energy or gives you a little bit more focus or helps you sleep better at night, all of that matters in how you show up in business and in life. Thanks so much and have an amazing rest of your week.